So I just bought a Roland System-1 for the second time from eBay for £200, or approximately $270 or 230 euros. I bought one initially when it was first released and really gelled with it, and only sold it when I eventually bought a Roland System-8, and at the time I felt there was too much overlap between the two. But as time went on, I started to realise I really missed the little green machine. So for those who don't know, the Roland era System-1 is a full voice polyphonic synthesizer. It has dual synth engines. It operates in two modes. The first is the System-1 modern digital synthesizer engine, and the second is the Plug-Out engine, with the ability to host exact software recreations of classic Roland instruments. The Plug-Out mode loads an entire separate vintage synth model into the hardware memory. And these models include the Roland SH-101, Pro Mars, the SH2, and the System-100. And they can be changed and loaded via the Roland Cloud software within your DAW. So released in 2014, it stands out for its unique green backlit design, which is often unfairly criticised, and its innovative plug-out technology. The panel itself features 73 physical controls, including 21 sliders, 34 knobs, and numerous buttons, giving you instant hands-on control over every parameter without menu diving. It features a unique, flat 25-note slim keyboard without velocity or aftertouch, which is designed to keep the unit highly portable. You can also use the Roland System-1 as a high-quality audio interface, which operates natively at 24-bit 96 kHz via its USB connection, which is very useful if you want a portable solution. All you would need is a laptop and the System-1. One of the advantages of the backlit LEDs is that when changing to the plug-out mode, the lights go out on the physical controls that are not utilised. So for example, the pitch envelope lights go dark on the SH2 plug-out, as the Roland SH2 didn't have one. All the oscillator 2 lights go out or become inoperable when using the SH101 plug-out, as the SH101 only had one oscillator. Another positive for the green LEDs is that the error range was also aimed at DJs or music producers who wanted to perform live in a club scenario, and so the green LEDs would make it easier to see in a dark environment and to give them stage visibility. Examples of this are Paul van Dyk and Giuseppe Ottaviani, who both used their Roland System-1 amongst the other error range for their live sets. Other artists who've also used the System-1 are Marsh and Lossley. One of the main reasons I missed the System-1 is that the arpeggiator works differently compared to the Roland System-8. You have the extra arp types and rhythmical phrases that the scatter dial offers, which is especially useful for trance style arps and gates. Plus, a lot of people don't realise that you can also hold the scatter dial once you find a phrase you really like, and then by pressing the key hold button you lock the scatter effect in place, which can be a lot of fun and really inspirational. Obviously, one of the main reasons this synth works so well for trance and melodic techno genres is because you have access to the legendary Supersaw waveform on both oscillators. So it's easy to dial in thick sounding trance leads, plucks and pads. Granted, it only has 5 stack sortive waves compared to the Roland JP8007, but then you can use 2 Supersaws, one for each oscillator compared to the JP's 1. So effectively providing a total of 10 stack sortive waves. The System-1 synth engine is impressive and well suited to highly polished, more modern sounds, but the fact you have access to a completely different synth engine is a huge bonus. The plug-outs are extremely compelling and great sounding. Roland used analog circuit behaviour to digitally model every component of original analog circuits, giving it a warm, gritty and authentic analog sound. The oscillators are very vintage sounding with their constant drifting in pitch, just like real voltage controlled oscillators from my other analog synths. It's easy to dial in huge sounding rich analog basses, raspy brass and horn sounds, especially on the SH2 and Pro Mars plug-out models. I like to use these synth engines for progressive and melodic techno genres. With regards to the built-in effects, they are certainly usable. The reverb does its job, although it's starting to show its age a little bit now compared to modern synths. But the delay is pretty good. The only thing I wish they had changed was to include a type of distortion instead of the bit crusher effect, which I don't really find myself using much except in conjunction with the formant oscillator. A distortion or overdrive effect would be much more usable for sound design purposes. Also, the keys are just okay. I wish they were velocity sensitive though. The synth engine is, just not the keys themselves. Although I do appreciate that they are full size, even though you only get 2 octaves. But maybe I would have preferred mini keys like the Arturia Mini Freak and had an additional octave. But I know the synth was designed to be portable and compact, although there is no battery compartment, which would have been a nice addition. I think for the money these are going for at the moment, it's a bit of a bargain for what you get, especially if you are lucky enough to buy one with one of the plug-out synths included, like I did. You could save up a bit more and buy an Arturia Mini Freak, which I also own, and it's a fantastic sounding and highly flexible synth, but then the interface isn't as hands-on and is more menu heavy than a System-1. But if you are after an affordable hardware synth that can also double up as a very hands-on controller for VST plugins, and especially if you are leaning on the trance to melodic techno genres, then the System-1 is a great choice in my opinion. That wraps up today's video. If you found this useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.